Sky Prophet, baby. Back with another video. Hope you still got everything up. Your spirits, your faith, your understanding, your drive, your love, everything. Grateful and thankful. We all can look around. See how our worlds be changing. Sometime for the good, sometime for the bad. And that's what this message today gonna be about. I want to explain a couple of things. It's undeniably known that basically God knows all. Neither one of us human beings do. None of us. Can't find one. So when we come back into this life, when we born, we simply stuck with trying to figure things out. From the time we babies, basically till at this current moment in time in our lives, right now as we speak, we still in the process of figuring things out, trying to get better, trying to change different things, trying to change different ways, just our behavior and our perspectives. Each and every one of us. If you're not, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Trying to figure things out. Okay. Trying to, man, just so many things. If you think about it, it'll amaze you. Like, we trying to figure out what people gonna do, what we gonna do, where we gonna go. Just so big, broad of things, man. Okay, so when we got per se a blank mind, an idle mind, God tells us what? An idle mind is what? The devil's playground. Like, I want to tell you why. Because every time we sit down and think, we have so much information in our brains. At some point in time, our thinking takes a turn. We start to overthink. We start thinking about the wrong things. We just in and out, because we have so much information. I'm not saying you're not going to be thinking about what you're thinking about, but excuse me, some point in time, it's going to take a turn. Either you're going to over-assess it and switch your outcome of it or your reality of it, whatever it is, within your thought, your perspective of it, or, man, are you just gonna drift to thinking about other things? It's a lot of information we have, whether we realize it or not. This happening daily to each and every one of us. Okay, that right there, that's why God lets us know about this idle mind, because we bring ourselves to eventually to a bad place. And what that is that's solely our thoughts. Like, that's our thoughts. That's why it always takes that bad turn. A lot of us, our brains we haven't came to the level of consciousness to truly understand and know day in and day out. Process and evolve is what our brains supposed to be doing. And God gives us day after day to keep on trying. The way it stopped part, Prophet, I don't want to touch on that right now. But day in and day out, we given that chance. We given that chance to make it better, to evolve. Now, a while back, Prophet had made a video about karma, and different things about karma, different people say about karma. But karma is simply God saying, treat others as you would want others to treat you. Plain and simple. So we get what we give out. Whatever intention that we have, that's the result that we get. We should all understand that. None of us should get mad about none of that. Like, we should understand it. When we putting good out there, good back. When we putting bad out there, bad back. That's what it is. Process it. Understand it. Change it. Our lives is a journey. We got this DNA. In these veins, man. We got that DNA in these veins right here. Every time you reincarnate, your karma comes back with you. Whatever karma per se you put out there, like it's always there with you. Like it's with you because it's a test, is what it is. It's a test. It's a test for us to really just come to the understanding that if we could just understand that if we put good out there and help people, that's what this world will be full of. And everybody will come to this place of happiness and joy and peace. Not trying to figure things out. That is what it is, man. That's what it is. We just ain't came to that level of mindfulness yet, We getting there, we headed there. We rolling in the right direction. But just the level of thinking we be at, man, like Prophet feel we should be farther than this, but that's just Prophet, and I know that don't mean nothing how I feel. I just know people. I know a lot of people that, man, we got so much potential within ourselves, And that's each and every one of us. It ain't nobody excluded. Because God had to put that. He had to put that in each and every one of us, man. Because every one of us shaping and molding something on this earth. Listen to Prophet. Each and every one of us, we shaping and molding something on this earth. Whether it is a person, whether it is a place or a thing, basically. Whether we know it or not, we all are one. One day we just gonna come to realize that, and everybody's soul's gonna be and evolve so much, and we'll be there. We'll get there. Let's not get off track though. We got this thing, that DNA, like Prophet say. Now, check this out. Your DNA. I'ma just say it like this because the way I grew up, That's how I learned it. That's just how I heard of it. Put it like that. I knew I had blood in me, but when I heard of DNA, it was because they could catch people that do crimes, people that do horrific things, people that do whatever that leave trace evidence of blood behind. Now they saying is all is exact. Like when they find it, they know who it is, and it done evolved through the years. They went from not having the technology to do it to level of consciousness for it to be created. Okay. Prophet don't dispute it. I don't dispute it like my DNA is my DNA, my fingerprint, my finger. I don't dispute that like that. You know, the point I'm trying to make is this. If I do a bad crime and I leave my blood behind, I'm not nowhere to be found. Okay? But they get my blood. We figured out how to run it and figure out who it is. Okay. I'm not nowhere to be found. They know it's me. They know I did that crime. Listen to me. They over there, I'm over here. They know I did that crime. Now, what prophet meaning by that? Prophet meaning this. That crime is in your blood. That crime is in your blood. And that's what our lives is. It's a test for us to change our DNAs. Think about the places mankind has been, the low level of consciousness humans was at. I want you to think about all of this, within this world, within history, all the different stories, all the different everythings, all the different religions and different types of beings they say they had, and how people did things and the things people did and how hateful and all of these things, even the good things, like all of it, just everything, the different colors, the different styles, the different thoughts, the different everything. Listen to prophet. Nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun, man. You know why? Nothing new under the sun. Spirit giving it to me now because nothing new under the sun, because we are the sons, and can't nothing stay revealed from us. We gonna figure it all out. We gonna figure out that it was all in this plan, just like this. It was all cycles. It was all cycles. Evolvement, evolution. Your crime in that DNA. Our DNA, they haven't figured this out. But our DNA, and I guess they got to. Our DNA has all of these tendencies in them. All of these tendencies that we come back in the world with. All of our karmas. When we come here, when we enter that vessel, that we have the karma in our blood. The karma is in our blood. It's in our DNA. Why you think people, I'm stuck in my ways. Man, you make my blood boil. Like all of these things, man, this is all hints amongst ourselves to let ourselves even know, acknowledge that. When we get conscious enough to understand that, wow, this DNA through the tendencies and the thoughts, is what makes a person prone, is what makes us prone. That's why we are meant to change things within ourselves. If I have this hate for this, or however it goes, I need to change that. So I don't have that blood passing through my heart no more. I don't have that. Same blood in my body, yeah. Tendencies in my body, no. No. Thoughts in my body, no. All of this is in sync. We'll figure it out one day. All of this is in sync, man. Changing them. Changing these things. Dude, they found that blood, that my crime in this blood, so dang, they find some blood over here. Like they could tell if that's my kid too. So what that mean? My kid got that blood, huh? Got that blood, huh? It's kind of distinguished. Whenever that kid is born, that kid is born with their own karma. We meant to teach them how to rid themselves of it. But it's a link. It's a link right there. It's letting us know how connected we are with this blood. It's how connected we are with this blood, with this DNA, with this spiral. Basically, DNA says who you are. It says who you are. So if you are this type of person and the type of person that do this and the type of person that do that and woo-woo and all this, then that's who you are. So if your DNA says who you are, don't you think that's in your DNA? Maybe it hasn't been discovered yet, spirits say. But don't you think it's in there? Because when I do the crime, they know it's me. Why can't we be logic enough to understand that? It's not far-fetched, but it is if we stuck in the matrix like they do society, how society, basically within our society, the average person, our DNA doesn't change. We are who we are. That's what it is, and all of this. And that's not how it goes. Because we have free choice. We have to always remember that. We have to remember that. We have free choice. God knows our capabilities, man. God knew we would be at this level of consciousness. God knew all of these things. He knew we was going to start figuring things out and unlocking the parables of this earth. The parables of this earth. We are meant to get rid of all of these things. That's how, you know how they say generational curse. It's just how you make yourself better. You make yourself better and everything born from your DNA becomes better. It's a cycle to it. It's an evolution to it. Just like it's an evolution from a caveman per se, how we view that, to us humans right now. This is evolution that we're living in, is evolution. So processing, progress, evolve, elevate, up, yeah, determination, yeah, like, yeah. Blessed is the man that asks why, that asks how to. Say, God, how do I make myself better? Hey, God, why such and such? Blessed is the man that asks these questions, man. Because we let this universe acknowledge that we want to know something. Not letting this person know. Letting this universe acknowledge that we want to know something. Things will be revealed to us. It always has been. The perception that humans have had as far as how to go about getting it revealed to us hasn't been clear cut for all people. That's the thing. That's why you got all these different religions that's really praying all to the same God, you know? Just through living and being humans, it happens like that. But this DNA is supposed to be our test. We're supposed to be ridding ourselves of all of these bad ways that we have within us. Whatever kind of intentions, good or bad, is what we get back. I had already mentioned about karma and how we could rid ourselves of karma. That's because the more we change our ways, through getting fed up of feeling certain feelings, we find our spirituality. When we find our spirituality, we start to change things. We start to change ways of being. We start to change habits and all of these different things. Okay? The more and more we do that, our spirituality grows. The more and more things we get out of our way, our spirituality expands. It expands. Process to everything. Process to everything. A lot of unknowns. How many times you've seen something since you've been living and said, like, I don't know how a person would even think about doing it. What would make a person do that? I'm making a video, work. I need to put my clothes. You can come in. What would make a person do something? Like what made them think of doing that? A lot of unknowns, a lot of trying to figure it out. That's the real test. Overcoming all of these tendencies, overcoming this karma, and understanding that, wow, all I have to do is work on myself, change my intentions, change my ways, and rid ourselves of karma. It's not really ridding yourself because it exists regardless, because it's in the grid, the crystalline grid. I don't know if y'all familiar, y'all know about it, but I'll make a video on it. But it's in the grid. It's how we get these feelings and healing from stones and all of this other thing, because everything has energy. Everything has energy. The grid is what holds all of this. The grid is what holds all of this energy. This energy creates feelings. It creates feelings. It creates situations. That's what it's all meant to do. And it's all a test. That's why you can be in a good mood, go somewhere, and run across somebody that's in a bad mood, because it's a test. It's not as much a test of your strength as a test of your knowledge, of your understanding, of your knowing that you're not supposed to engage in that. That turns you different than what you are, than who you are in that moment. It turns you that exact same way. A lot of us, this is the perception, and this is how human beings are. Man, nigga, somebody talking crazy, man, you ain't about to talk crazy to me. And that's just all works of these evil spirits, just to divide and conquer us, basically. So I'm a curse, so they gonna curse me back. So if I push, they got to push me back. Not even acknowledging. Nothing about turn the other cheek and treat people how you want to be treated. And we ain't got to even go to that route. But we don't acknowledge it the way we supposed to truly acknowledge it. But we about to. We about to acknowledge a whole lot of things that we didn't before. A whole lot of ways within ourselves. Whether we disliked it or disapprove, however you put it. But we getting to these places now. Like, we looking in the mirror and knowing what we doing and knowing that we don't want to do this no more. And that's what all human beings are coming to right now. And if it ain't everyone, we almost there. We still have people out here that's Prophet don't want to use the word lost, but level of understanding, it's lower than some. That's why we always are meant to help the next person through their journey. See, when you own your journey and you start to change your DNA, see, Prophet started to change things, so my DNA started to change. So as my spirituality grew, I found my purpose. I found my purpose. And what it does is it puts Prophet in a place to where I can fully change my DNA. I can fully get myself out of this matrix, out of these wicked and habitual ways of darkness, basically. So we all have that same journey and that same test. We all have it. I think it's 22 strands of DNA that we have. And that's not right, Spirit saying. Whatever number they saying it is, that's not right. Like, we got one or two extra strands that, like, we do with it, however they would go. We get back on that too, but our DNA is truly our test. All that blood pumped through your heart, it keeps passing through your heart. Like, it just keeps passing through your heart. Prophet almost want to say filtering. I want to almost say filtering out. But it got to keep passing through that. So what that is, really, just different feelings. That's why we get to create. We get to create through this and this. We create. That's how I feel. That's what it is. Sometimes we create these bad circumstances for ourselves. Sometimes we create these good circumstances for ourselves. But however the ball gonna bounce, whether it's between the leg, around the back, basic dribble, bro. Life is meant to change us. Enjoy it Let me tell you about enjoy. We all be happy. But whenever we find our spirituality, and I'm saying spirituality, I don't want you to think just holy like that. I'm saying spirituality because that's how we get to connect with God's spirit. That's how we get to connect. Once we find that though, we change. We change. We grow. We understand. We stay away from certain things. We go towards certain things. We have a better perspective of the way we supposed to be thinking, the thoughts we supposed to be engaging in, and the actions we supposed to be taking. That's what makes a human being become better, become elevated, become higher in consciousness as far as in vibrations. Vibrations, that's another video for us. Because everything got energy. Everything got vibration. Our body made up of magnetic, we got these magnetic particles around each and every one of our bodies. That's what creates our aura, our energy field. So I'm walking and I go by this dude right here and I could feel if something ain't right with him. I can feel it. He ain't said nothing, but Prophet feel it. Because Prophet can read his energy field. Some of us can, some of us can't, but most of us, we get that feeling. We get that feeling. We get it in our gut. Our intuition, our higher self lets us know something. Sometimes we act on it, sometimes we don't. However it goes, that's what that is. We all meant to become better. God gave us these rules for us to act a certain way and, like go about things a certain way. And it was all to rid us of the darkness, of the bad intentions, of the trying to tear another human